Hi, my friends. Today we are going to be talking about graphing in math. I'm going to read our learning target for us. I can draw a picture graph and a bar graph with single unit scale to represent a data set with up to 4 categories. So that's going to be our first that we're going to talk about today. And we're really today just going to be talking about pictographs or pictographs. We will kind of use those words interchangeably. Some places call them pictographs, some places call them pictographs. It just kind of depends on who you're talking to and what's going on. I'm going to call them pictographs because that's kind of a fun word. That's a new word. So when we have a pictograph, we have a couple of components that we need to identify. Usually, there's a title. In this case, cookies in a jar. And then there's labels for our picture graph. We have chocolate chip cookies, oatmeal cookies, and peanut butter cookies. Something super important is our key. The key tells us how much each of the pictures in a picture graph is worth. See if you can spot the key. Where do you think it is? Where it tells us how much each cookie is worth. If you said right here, you are correct. So in this pictograph, we can see that each cookie is worth 1 cookie. Sometimes that in a picture graph, you could say one cookie in the picture graph, like one of these, might equal 2 cookies, or it might equal 5 cookies. But in this case, in 2nd grade, it's just going to be 1 cookie. Also, in pictographs and in bar graphs, we have a data set. The data set for this pictograph is here. That tells us how many pictures we need to put in our pictograph. And they use tallies. So you can see our tallies here. So for the chocolate chip cookies, we have 5, 6, 7. And that's going to correlate. Just means match what we have in our pictograph up here. So chocolate chip has 7 tallies. Oatmeal has, I'm going to undo that. Oatmeal has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that matches here. And then our peanut butter cookies, we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That tally going diagonally counts as 1. That's just kind of makes it easier for us to organize. And then 6. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. The data set and the tallies are important with drawing the picture. With this pictograph, it doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of difference. But when the scale is something other than 1, we use that to check ourselves. So let's look over at some questions and answer these questions. So number 1 says, how many peanut butter cookies are there? How many peanut butter cookies are there? Well, we know that our scale is 1. So we can either look at our data set or our picture graph, and we're just going to count. That's all we have to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 peanut butter cookies. Number 2 says, how many chocolate chip cookies are there? Again, our scale is 1, so we're just going to count our chocolate chip cookies as they are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we can check our data set as well. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down here. So we're good to go. So there are 7 chocolate chip cookies. Which kind of cookie has the least number? The least number. That means the smallest amount. We know that chocolate chip has 7, peanut butter has 6. We can count our oatmeal. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is smaller than 7 and 6. So we would say oatmeal. Number 4, are there more oatmeal or peanut butter cookies? So we're comparing. You all have done a lot of comparing and have done an awesome job. So are there more oatmeal or peanut butter cookies? So oatmeal has 4, peanut butter has 6. So if we were comparing 4 and 6 using less than, greater than, equal to, what would we say? Well, we would say 4 is less than 6. So we would know that there are more peanut butter. You all don't necessarily have to do this. I just want your brains to kind of think about that when you're doing some of these problems. You don't have to show your work like this. I just wanted to connect with another math standard that we worked on this year. Number 5, how many cookies are there in all? Now I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that we could do this. The easiest way, I think, would just be to count. We're just going to count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So one strategy, you could count. But you can also add these up. So we know that there's 7 chocolate chip, 4 oatmeal, and 6 peanut butter. So we could also do 6 plus 4 plus 7. 6 and 4 makes a 10, so I'm going to do that first. And then we have 10 plus 7 equals 17. So if you had a pictograph or a bar graph that had bigger numbers, adding them up might be easier than counting. So we want to include that strategy as well. So how many cookies are there in all? There are 17 cookies in all. Number 6 says, there are more peanut butter cookies than chocolate chip cookies. Circle your answer. Is that true or false? There are more peanut butter than chocolate chip. Again, we're going to compare. So peanut butter has 6, chocolate chip has 7. Well, that's going to be false because this is saying there are more peanut butter than chocolate chip, which is not true. And then number 7 says, which kind of cookie has the most number? Which kind of cookie has the most number? Well, chocolate chip has 7, so that is the most. The most is the biggest. So I'm going to put CC for chocolate chip. Now, here is something very important that I want you all to listen to. On your practice and on your exit slip, you're going to see questions like, how many more? So how many more peanut butter are there than chocolate chip? So peanut butter than, I'm going to do CC. How many more we're comparing, but we're really going to subtract. So if we said how many more, we can't do that. How many more peanut butter than oatmeal? How many more peanut butter than oatmeal? Well, there are 6 peanut butter and there are 4 oatmeal. We want to know how many more. So this is going to be peanut butter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm going to change. These are oatmeal. We're going to find the difference between these two numbers. If we're finding the difference, we're seeing what's different. These are the same. What's the difference? It's those 2 extra that the peanut butter has. So we're really doing 6 minus 4, and we saw that equals 2. So anytime you see how many more, we're going to subtract. You subtract the bigger total minus the bigger part whole minus, or bigger part minus the smaller part. We're comparing. So pay attention to that. You will see questions like that. If you see something about a question that says how many oatmeal and chocolate chip cookies, if you see and, that usually means we're going to put 2 things together. How many oatmeal and chocolate chip? We're going to combine them. Oatmeal has 4, chocolate chip has 7, we're going to add. So 4 plus 7 equals 11. Very, 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 very important that you pay attention and determine what the question is asking. Okay, so that's my tip for you all. You may even see questions very similar to this in your practice, so it's super important that you watch the video first. I hope you all have fun with this. Should be good. This is very applicable to life, and enjoy.